Hey y'all, D. John Vandivier here. Happy New Year's. I know I look like crap. You don't need to tell me. It's going to get bright here quite a few times because it's real sunny. It's the middle of the day. And thank you, Tina, for my new camera. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's proceed to the topic at hand. Today is January 4th, 2012, and the Iowa Caucus results are in. It's very important. It has major implications for the Republican candidate for president. I'll put a link in the description. ABC News had an article. The article is full of a bunch of crap, but at least it had two good things that are definitely worth looking at. One is the official numbers, and two is there's a playlist of candidates talking about the caucus, the candidates themselves commenting on it. So that's useful to watch. You can get their perspective. So the results are as follows: 25% Romney, 25% Santorum, 13% Gingrich, 10% Perry, 5% Bachman, I believe 1% Huntsman, and who cares? Romney did beat Santorum by 8 votes, 30,015 to 30,007. But again, their percent was equal. Now, there are several things to get out of this. Bachman officially dropped out. Perry is officially returning home to Texas, here in Texas where I live, to officially reconsider his campaign. Historically, as a matter of fact, and I am a political science major, and I've taken political science from the genius political marketing teacher. I've taken his political marketing class specifically. Dr. Murray, M-U-R-R-A-Y, here at the University of Houston. He's been featured on major news outlets, ABC and all that. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm really sorry it's so bright. But historically, you drop out when that happens. He's got 10%. Bachman had 5. So that's 15% to divvy out amongst the remaining 4. Where that 15% goes is critical. And the fact of the matter is we don't really know. Now I'm about to guess, and you can guess, and we can all guess where it's going to go. But we really officially need to wait till New Hampshire to see what's going to happen. Now, here are my guesses. Bachman's platform and base was essentially evangelical Christianity. So, the remaining person who appeals most to that group, according to various polls, is Rick Santorum. So let's say Bachman's 5, all goes to Santorum. He's not in the lead. Rick Perry has 10. He has 3 major groups. The lion's share is also evangelical Christians. There are also 2 smaller groups. He's got a big business neocon base and a anti-government states' rights base, as demonstrated by his force of all girls in the state of Texas getting a medical injection for STDs, and also by his desire to secede Texas, he used to talk about, and also his major influence in the Tea Party movement, respectively. Those evidence those. So his 10%, let's say half of them go to Santorum, and let's call it 2% go to Romney, and the remainder to Perry. And that may not be accurate. You notice I just skipped Gingrich. Well, Gingrich is, I'll get to that in a minute. But the point being, none of these are for sure. This is all educated guesses. So that would put Santorum in a major lead, 35%, over a third. Once you get such a great lead, there's an effect that comes into play, which is a lot of people will vote for someone just because they think that person's going to win. Now, I think this is a very stupid thing to do, but it occurs. If Santorum breaks the 33% mark, I predict this effect will occur, and he will take the major lead. In fact, I believe if he breaks 28%, he will be one of the final 2. And here's why. Because if he can break 28%, then that means that either Gingrich, Paul, or Romney has to get up there with him. And if one of those 2 do it, that will be 56%, and then no one else could do it. Although mathematically, I know you could go, oh, 2028, 56, and one guy could drop out and the other guy have the rest. I know, but realistically speaking, Okay. So Romney, these are the numbers I'm just going to predict. I can give you all the information for my reasoning behind this, but I can't fit it in a YouTube video, so I'm just going to give you the numbers. If Romney gets over 28% in New Hampshire, look for him to be one of the final two. Santorum, over 28, look for him to be one of the final two. Paul, over 24, look for him to be one of the final two. If he's over 24, especially if he goes over 24 and Santorum goes down below 24. That's the key. If he can overtake Santorum. And why would this happen? Because Santorum is speculated to be a bubble, and also because the ground game marketing, the people knock on your doors, call your phone, and Santorum's can't. That was all in Iowa. He did a knockout job in Iowa, 99 counties, 380 town hall meetings, 81 depending on how you count. So if he doesn't have equal that, which he can't have equal that in New Hampshire, then one of two things will happen. One, the American people will buy from the news and the TV, and they won't need the ground game. The TV will affect them. Or two, they won't buy it from the news, which I feel is more likely, because we're getting more skeptical of the news every day. And you'll see the bottom fall out, and he'll be the new Gingrich, the new Perry, the new Herman Cain. He'll be the new bubble guy instead of the new golden boy. So if he's the new bubble guy and Ron Paul is still the consistent guy, he'll overtake him, then Ron Paul will be one of the final two. Gingrich has a very slim shot, but he's got a slim shot. And here's what needs to happen. He needs to get 17% or above to be a bounce back. He got 13%, and his excuse was that it was all the slam ad attack campaigns in Iowa. Now, point one is, if someone attacks you, you should be prepared for that. So that showed an unpreparedness by Gingrich. But an unpreparedness is okay once. If you literally don't expect it, you can get away with that once. Even if you do expect it, you can get away with that excuse once. But then your campaign should be able to adapt and ready itself for those attacks, and you should see a bounce back in New Hampshire. Or else what it's showing is that Gingrich lacks the ability to adapt despite the fact that he has sufficient funding. He's got money. Santorum doesn't even have money. Yet, if he keeps being the golden boy, he'll soon get money. But if Gingrich is not able to adapt his campaign, and he'll, secondly, be validating the attack campaigns. People can shoot attack campaigns at you all day long, but if they're lies, they're going to have a limited effect. If they're attack campaigns based on truth, they're going to have a piercing effect, and they're going to destroy your campaign. So, if he doesn't bounce back in New Hampshire, he's going to have those two effects, that he can't adapt and can't handle it, and that the attacks are in fact true, and they're a death to his candidacy, and you'll see him drop out. If he gets over 17, that bounce back will show two things. One, maybe the attacks weren't true, and two, he can adapt, and he is prepared for even if the fight gets dirty with, Romney, Paul, Obama, whoever it may be. He's ready for that campaign. And that'll be a sign of strength, and people love an underdog bounce back candidate. So if he comes back above 18%, then above 17%, whatever, be looking for that. If he's below 17%, then he's validating those two things, and he's showing that he can't even pick up votes when Perry's guys left. So he's showing that people think he's unelectable, which is also very bad. I think, like I said earlier, unelectability is a very stupid idea, but people have it in their brains, and they buy it. They say, I'm going to vote for this guy because he can win. And in fact, that is basically Romney's platform. Vote for me because I can beat Obama. All the polls show that I can beat Obama, so vote for me. That's his campaign. Now, in case I didn't say it, I need to get my bias out there. I'm a Ron Paul supporter, but I'm trying to be objective about it. So those are my predictions, y'all. Let's wait for the New Hampshire primary. And we're getting down to brass tacks. We got those four guys, Romney, Santorum, Paul, Gingrich, left. And if you support any of them, now is the time to get active. We don't have a huge field anymore in the Republican side. It's down to four guys and pretty much three. So now is the time to get active. Take care, you two. And, let's see if my predictions come true and stuff.